Have you ever loved someone so deeply that even in their silence, you still waited for their return? This is the story of a buffalo. Yes, a buffalo, not just an animal grazing in the field, but a soul that waited at the riverbank day after day for someone who would never return. In a small village in India, surrounded by fields and framed by the gentle flow of a sacred river, lived a man. He was not famous, not powerful, not wealthy, but he was deeply loved by one quiet, black-eyed companion, his buffalo. He raised her from a calf, fed her, spoke to her like family, walked her down to the Ghat every morning, where they'd both stand quietly as he bathed and she splashed around content. They weren't just man and animal. They were a rhythm, a routine, a bond, stronger than most would notice. But then, one day, something changed. The monsoon had just begun. The river, once calm and shallow, had started to rise. Yet, the man, set in his habits, unwavering in his ways, walked to the river as he always did. He tied his buffalo near the Ghat, gave her a fond pat on the head, and stepped into the water. Only this time, he didn't return. A sudden current, a slip. No one saw it happen. No one could help. By the time villagers noticed, it was too late. The man was gone, but the buffalo, she didn't know. She couldn't know. She stood there, tied to the same post, staring at the water. She waited. The sun set. She waited. The moon rose. She waited. Day turned to night, and still she waited. Villagers tried to take her back. They untied her. They pulled her gently, but she resisted. She pulled back to the same spot, as if she believed he would return. That any moment, she would hear his call, feel his hand, see his face. And so they let her be. For days, she stood there, in the heat, in the rain, without food, barely drinking. Her eyes never left the river, not once. What was she thinking? We'll never know. But maybe she was remembering his voice, his scent, his footsteps in the mud, the gentle way he combed her coat, the soft whistles he made when he was happy. Time passed, and still, she stayed. People started to come by, some out of sympathy, some out of curiosity, but no one could move her. She wasn't waiting for anyone. She was waiting for him. They say animals don't feel the way we do, that they don't understand death, that their love isn't like ours. But how do you explain this? How do you explain loyalty so raw, so still, so stubborn, that even in the face of loss, she refused to move? Maybe she didn't need to understand death, because her heart understood something far deeper. Love, unfiltered, unspoken, unbreakable. Eventually, after several days, the villagers found a way to gently lead her away. She was weak, tired, her eyes still fixed to the water, until the very last step. And in that silence, you realize something. Animals don't just live with us. They feel us. They become part of us. And sometimes, when we're gone, they carry our memory in ways we never expected. The buffalo didn't need a funeral. She didn't need words. Her grief was pure, and her waiting was love. So the next time you see an animal quietly waiting by the gate or looking out a window, remember, they too have hearts. They too can mourn, and they too can love beyond words. This is not just a story about a buffalo. It's a story about love. Silent, loyal, timeless, and maybe, just maybe, a reminder that love, in its purest form, needs no language at all. If this story touched your heart, take a moment. Look at the animals around you. See them, not as creatures, but as companions. They are watching, listening, waiting, and loving more than we may ever know. Thank you for watching.